I really like to push this, and I push it, okay? You may recall Eric gave you a very good report, and I'm getting it, excuse me, a very detailed report, very thick report on all the properties that we were looking at selling. And Eric and I have been working on this, continue working on this. We've been working with the city attorney. We would like to move forward for several reasons. One is, I'd like to get the property back on the tax roll, and hopefully people pay taxes on it. We'll use that money to other things. Secondly, hopefully someone could take advantage of it and build some residential properties and so forth, which we would like to see in the community. And that also adds taxes too. And then third, we don't need to own that property. We are retaining property we need to own for services we provide, and hopefully not keeping unnecessary properties what we're just sitting on, basically. And then the final thing is, there's two properties that we would hope that you would allow us to advertise for selling, but we also authorize staff to hold public community meetings about talking about selling these properties through requests for proposals for economic development. One property is the Rivermount.
The old Rivermount School property.
We've talked about that. We recommend we keep the ball field and park land, but maybe put out a request for proposal for the school building in that property. That has to remain residential. I don't see where we could support or recommend to you that be anything other than residential. It's just not in the right neighborhood for anything other than residential. It's not fair to the citizens that live near it. The second thing is
That's the Nettleton property, or the old True Value.
Now, that could be commercial property.
Or
residential.
It's currently zoned light industrial, actually.
Okay. But we would like to go ahead and do a community meeting similar to what VDOT does when they have projects. We'd have we'd work with Jerry and the newspaper to get the word out to the citizens, to invite them to come to this meeting, and ask them to review some boards that we would present showing what we're talking about. We don't know what the use will be. We can't tell you what the use will be. We have to go through the process. But we would do a request for proposals from the public. We'd advertise that and hopefully get something in that we can present to council. And the council is the final determiner of what we do on that property, not anybody else. You make the final decision. But we want to include that property in the advertisement for the meeting in August, so we have the ability to, if we get a good proposal, you can go ahead and deal with it. But I do recommend we have to open the process to our citizens to give them an opportunity to see what we're talking about, rather than hear about it after we're doing it. That's not the way to do business with our citizens. And that would require us to meet with them sometime hopefully late July.
And so what I'd recommend is we kind of pare the list down just a little bit more. Some of the properties going to take a little bit of survey work, as we discussed, when we were having the in-depth conversations about them. But the ones that immediately won't require any survey work, we move those forward and try to get those on a fast track, basically, and have discussions with input from the citizens and come back to council with discussion related to what the input is from the citizens related to certain properties, and then make recommendations to you based off of that input. And you can make a decision whether to liquidate, sell, put out RFP, however you want to handle it at that point. That's also how I'd recommend we move forward.
So basically what we're going to do is have a legal advertisement to present to you at next week's meeting, that we would ask you to authorize us to advertise it for our regular meeting in August for a public hearing to receive public comment from the citizens and other interested parties regarding how we want to proceed with disposing of the property through an auction.
Does it mean you're going to take no action on it at all until next meeting?
Yes, sir, because we like to get the actual ad, sir. We just want to discuss it in a work session so we don't surprise you. Because it's a lot of information that you got at the meeting, sir.
Yes.
And we just don't want to overwhelm it. We don't want to try to rush it through, but we do like to push it so we get something done in the summer so we can get things going.
And so we'll bring a draft advertisement to you for your review. And I'll also see if I can get that compiled list of ones that are ready to be pushed forward on a fast track. And the others that need a little bit of survey work, we'll hold back for the next round and see if we can actually get the survey work performed. Maybe I can find a little bit of money in professional
We would ask
service.
for permission to sell
Yes.
at auction. We just might have to do some preliminary work to get them in a position to sell.
Exactly, yeah.
Can we get that to the agenda? I'll move we add that to the agenda.
Second. Thank you. See you next month.
Well, there is a holiday this week, so Gail and I have talked about the agenda. Material's got to go out tomorrow.